Hello everybody, welcome back. I hope you guys are doing great. We just got back from vacation. We went to a remote cabin here in Colorado. We took the two pets. We took Shakira and we took Cooper, and we had a wonderful time. We were there for a week. Cooper loved the deers. I don't think he'd ever seen the deers. He went hiking. He didn't have to be on a leash, and he loved it. He loved it. We also did as well. There were rivers and streams and brooks that we hiked through with him. It was wonderful. And I'm recharged, and hopefully I can do many readings for you guys this summer. I have actually 2 pages of notes here, so if you can bear with me while I read through my notes, because I had to put everything in notes. You know, when you get back from vacation, it's just a little bit rough getting back to the same old grind. Your mind is, even though you're refreshed, workload is insane. So anything else that you were doing for yourself, you have to kind of make notes. So the first thing that I wanted to touch on, so several of the viewers have asked me to read on Trump's current situation. Well, I'll admit that I don't like to read on things or events when they come out on the news. This is just so that you know what my channel is. I have a lot of new subscribers. So in my channel, I don't like to do readings when something comes out on the news and then do a reading. I like to predict what is on the news before it happens. So I'm not going to do another reading on Donald Trump and his situation in Florida because I've already predicted that. 2019 was the first time. 2020, 21, 22, and 23. So if those that are regular to my channel know this, but what I'll do is, in today's video, what I'm going to do is I'll splice together all the cups, different cups, with the date, and you'll see the date on the cups. YouTube records the date that you read or that you posted, so you can look it up. Go into my channel and you'll see that I did these readings. I predicted that he will be found out with these documents down in Florida, down in Mar-a-Lago, years ago. Okay, so that's what I'll do. I'll splice my readings from before, and I'll put clippings of the news today. But I want to add, so this is what's here in my notes. In addition to that, now, in addition to that, there's something else that has not come out on the news that is in my cups that we will later find out. Okay, there's one piece missing. They have not reported on the news. With the exception of Michael Cohen, and he's just predicting, with the exception of Michael Cohen, I have not heard anyone else say that. Michael Cohen said that Jared Kushner is probably involved in those documents that were stored in Mar-a-Lago, and I could not agree with him more. So I will put that part of the cup because that's how it starts, with Jared with a small storage room or something like that somewhere, and secret documents, and talking, using it to manipulate Iran and Saudi Arabia. So I will put that. This is from 2019, this cup. He had not gotten the $2 billion from Mohammed bin Salman yet. And he got those $2 billion 6 months before, or was it 6 months? Let me see. 6 months, yeah, 6 months before leaving the White House, he got the $2 billion from Mohammed bin Salman. And he left the White House. They left in 2021. January 6th of 2021 was the whole brouhaha. And then Jared got the $2 billion before, 6 months prior to that. And this cup, so that was summer of 2020 that he got the $2 billion from Mohammed bin Salman. And the reading that he came up with all that, with the secret documents to manipulate people in the Middle East, Iran and Saudi Arabia, that was in 2019. Okay, so that was 3-4 years before it happened. So I will be splicing that together. I'm going to put the cups that I did, 2019, and on, etc. But before that, let's take a look at Michael Cohen talking about what came up in my cup with Jared. Like I said, he's the only one that I've heard so far, and we will see that later on in the news being confirmed as the trial goes on, that those documents somehow Jared was involved. He either was a mastermind, at the very least encouraged it.
Documentation at the Trump office over on Fifth Avenue or anywhere for that matter. And in fact, Donald very rarely touched paper. He signed everything, all the checks, but he rarely touched any paper. Whatever paper he would have would go from his desk to somebody else's. And then it would go, say, for example, anything with finance would go to Alan Weisselberg for filing.
Right. Now, you said moments ago investigators should be looking everywhere. Trump has been, and everyone he has met with since leaving the White House. But based on your experience with Trump, your own experience, do you think there could be more damaging revelations to come?
Oh, I'm certain of it. It's the same way I said on this show a year ago. And then 6 months ago when they raided Mar-a-Lago, I said, that's not where the only documents are. On top of that, I believe that there will be revelations to come that deal with Jared Kushner and his unholy relationship with the Saudi Arabian government, with Mohammed bin Salman. There is no way in the world that MBS gave Jared, who is an unqualified hedge funder, $2 billion simply because he likes him. There is no doubt in my mind. And we also know that some of the documents that he talked about dealt with Iran. And we also are very aware of the concern that Saudi Arabia has had with Iranian aggression towards them. So who knows what this is going to reveal? And I will tell you, knowing Donald as well as I do, and welcome to the thrown under the bus club, I wouldn't be shocked to see Donald throwing Jared under the bus when it comes time in order to save his own hide.
So you think that the possibility is that if they go deep and they find something on Jared Kushner, his own son-in-law, who got $2 billion from the Saudis, that Trump himself may give up Jared if he felt that it would help somehow with his situation?
Donald would give up anybody in order to protect himself. There's no doubt about that one. He is, in his mind, the single most important person in the whole wide world.
Now,
but Donald Trump obviously is always bumbling his way through things, and it's because he has a terrible temper. And I don't mean a temper that just flares up when you need it, because sometimes you do need a temper, right? Let's say like you're getting attacked or something. A good temper will probably save your life, you know? So, but no, he has a temper for any little thing. But in this situation here, I have never seen him so furious in a cup before. So he's furious at Jared, and Ivanka is crying with her head down, and she's angry as well. And you want to know why? Because Ivanka, here's what I think. Ivanka has been telling Jared to stop going to his freaking evil lair. Look at the evil lair right here. Like a small little, I don't know if it's a tiny apartment, if it's a studio, or if it's a tiny little house, if it's a storage unit. I don't know where that guy goes, but he's fiending. They've already told him, stop going to this freaking evil lair of yours. Because, Giuliani has people on him. Everyone has people on him, like the FBI or the cops or the district attorneys or the SDNY. So they've been telling him, stop going to the freaking evil lair of yours, and he doesn't listen. So in that evil lair, he has papers and documents incriminating them all. And Trump is furious. So hopefully that comes out in the news soon, guys.
Some breaking news in the legal battle over the FBI search of Donald Trump's Florida mansion. In a new court filing tonight, the former president is asking a judge to block the FBI from looking at the seized materials until a special master can be appointed to oversee the review. CBS's Robert Costa is in West Palm Beach tonight.
A U.S. official tells CBS News federal investigators are now evaluating video evidence that shows people at Mar-a-Lago accessing storage areas that contain classified documents, part of what prompted the FBI to search the estate. The investigation into Trump's alleged mishandling of the material can be traced back to the chaotic final days of his term, with then White House Chief of Staff Mark Meadows and others rushing to organize the documents as they dealt with a defiant president. Instead of sending the more than 24 boxes to the National Archives, sources say Trump brought them to Florida, sparking alarm and eventually leading to the seizure.
And I think that Mike Pompeo and William Barr have recently found out that freaking Jared has that lair. or that he has some secrets and that Trump's been angry at him and Ivanka. And they're walking away from them. Mike Pompeo and William Barr are turning their backs on Trump.
Donald Trump's former Attorney General says the unsealed indictment against his former boss is damning.
Bill Barr says he sees no evidence that the charges are politically motivated and Donald Trump has serious questions to answer. Here's North America correspondent Carrington Clark. Good morning to you, Carrington. Bill Barr's not mincing his words here. Why are his comments important in the mix of all the people having a say about this latest development in Donald Trump's career?
Well, Bill Barr has some of the most impressive credentials of any person in the United States when it comes to legal work. He has been the Attorney General twice, including under Donald Trump. But I think particularly importantly, previously, when we had the New York indictment, that was the state matter, which is unrelated to this current federal matter. That one was about an alleged hush payment to a porn star. Bill Barr at that point said that he did believe that potentially those state charges were politically motivated and that he did believe that they shouldn't have been brought against Donald Trump, effectively defending the former president. But he's had time now to look at this 49-page document, which lays out in lurid detail the case against Donald Trump with regards to the classified materials that he's alleged to have taken from the White House when he lost power. He's then shown them, at least some of those documents, to people he knew should not have seen them, and then he's tried to obstruct the retrieval of those documents by government employees. When Bill Barr reads that document, he says there is no evidence that it is politically motivated, and he said that it is damning for the former president.
If even half of it is true, then he's toast. I mean, it's a very detailed indictment, and it's very, very damning. And this idea of presenting Trump as a victim here, or a victim of a witch hunt, is ridiculous.
We will see that soon. So Trump, Ivanka, and Jared, this is why they come out small. They're like somewhere else talking, and then these guys are like at the White House in Washington. I don't know if Trump is going to talk to them when he's on one of his golf courses somewhere. But these guys are going to find out. The Washington guys are going to find out. And I don't know if you can tell, but look at their heads down. They look sad, right? They're saying hope has been lost. We're doomed. It's all lost. All our effort, everything has been in vain. And this is not the first time I see that on William Barr's cup reading or his tarot reading. He knows the gig is up. He knows the gig is up.
Spotted by Sky News on his golf course at lunchtime, a former president preparing to be arrested. It was inside his residence here last night at 7 p.m. when Donald Trump's phone rang. His lawyer told him that he was to be indicted to face 7 federal charges, among them espionage allegations.
Within here at the golf club say he is in good spirits and that he will fight this. He's said to be huddled with lawyers, presumably contemplating Tuesday's extraordinary arrest. It is all about these documents, and it is a huge development. Legally and politically, it's unprecedented. This is the scene of the alleged crime or crimes, Mar-a-Lago, his Florida resort. In August last year, the FBI raided this home of a former president. At the heart of the case are 15 boxes containing 184 documents marked as confidential, secret, and top secret. Witness testimony and CCTV were collected. Then this man, Jack Smith, a judge respected on both sides, was appointed by the Attorney General as special counsel to take on the case. A grand jury of ordinary Americans examined it. The conclusion, there is a case for Mr. Trump to answer.
And here is Mike Pompeo again, and here he is talking to Mike Pence. It's like Mike Pompeo and Mike Pence, they get together and they're like, what the hell have we gotten ourselves into here? What the hell have we been, what in the world? Where is that lady again? With the, I don't know, she seems like to be bleeding from the head. Some accent, something. This is why I'm not sure if it's a maniac or if it is true that they sent some, what the hell this is, honestly, you guys, because I don't know why it's here twice. I'm going to say some maniac, but it could be, I'm over here blaming the Proud Boys because they're the only ones I know, but for all I know, there's another crazy following, QAnon, whatever the hell they are, crazy following people that believe all these theories, conspiracy theories that may hurt somebody. Jesus, what the? More and more scandals to do with dead bodies, top secret documents. People being fired over that. They're going to whistleblow again. More dead people. People getting hurt. Accidents, shot, blood. There's going to be way more scandals with Donald Trump, you guys. He's not done. He's not done messing us all up. He's like Pazuzu. Like, he took out the 2 priests. He took out, like The Exorcist. He's just taking everybody out in that house. He's taking everybody out in the White House. More and more scandals. Either assaulting or raping women over here. Having another woman hurt over here.
Trump may not conclude before the election. In April, he was indicted in a New York district court over hush money payments to a porn star. They were not federal charges. Then a civil jury found him liable for the sexual abuse of this woman, journalist E. Jean Carroll. His polling went up. This will test America politically, legally, socially. The divide will deepen. The split between those who want Trump in